Pledge of Allegiance.
Flag is missing.
Oh, sorry. Concert.
There's flag. It is. It's okay.
We know where it is, though.
Just
I pledge
imagine
allegiance
it in your mind.
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Hillis, can you take attendance?
Mrs. Castle? Here. Mr. Hirakawa? Mr. Lanacey?
Hello.
Mrs. Mack? Here. Mr. Strang?
Here. Okay. 1.2, review of the agenda. Any additions to the agenda? Would you like to talk about the agenda? Dr.
Sure. Good evening and welcome to our May Board of Education meeting. So our big focus tonight is our royal recognition of our students that participated in the NISMA Solo Festival, and that's our big kind of feature besides some consent agenda items. So, pretty straightforward agenda.
Okay. Thank you. With that, we'll move right along to royal recognition.
Absolutely. So at this point, I'll invite Mrs. Newell to join me, if that's okay. So as you know, again, and folks, thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful May evening. So again, one of our pieces that's very traditional for us as a board is to kind of recognize students that go above and beyond. So each month, I kind of solicit, whenever it kind of fits, I kind of solicit teachers to say, or staff, you know, who's kind of standing out that kind of fits the definition of our mission statement for our school, which is basically kind of what makes you a well-rounded person, both academically, socially, emotionally, all those kind of things. So Mrs. Newell came forward and said, I had a whole bunch of students that participated in the NISMA Solo Festival and really kind of exemplified that whole idea of above and beyond. So Mrs. Newell, if you don't mind explaining kind of what NISMA is for those that might not know, and kind of why these guys are here. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. NISMA is the New York State School Association, a music association, and we offer an opportunity for students in grades 6 through 12 to play a graded solo in front of an adjudicator for their instrument or voice. The students will go in, they prepare a solo, they all have to sight read, and our instrumentalists have to do rudiments if they're a percussionist or scales if they're an instrumentalist. The solos are graded from 1 to 6, with 6 being the most difficult. 6 is usually a collegiate level. 4 or 5 you would be putting in upper high school level. These students have put in a lot of work on their own with some coaching from myself, Mr. Leroy, and they were very successful and I'm very proud of the work that they did.
Excellent. And thank you so much for doing this. So, students, thank you so much for joining us. So what we'll do is, in our regular tradition, board members, if you don't mind standing, that'd be fantastic. You are our Walk of Fame. Your name is called. If you don't mind kind of shaking hands, if you would come up, that'd be great.
Awesome. Our first one is Paige Franklin, who did a vocal solo.
Great job.
Maddie Cominol, who did a trombone solo. She is not here. And also our friend Athena Siebel did a flute solo. She is not here. But we do have alto sax solo by Ryan Bates. A percussion solo by Tyler Quinn. Saxophone solo by Ryan Strang. And we had a piano solo by Christian Kim, who's not here tonight. Also, I should say that our student solos range from level 1 to level 5. Christian Kim, and I'm just going to throw his name out there, sorry, did our level 5, got a perfect score on piano, keyboard, and most everyone else, we all got excellence, which was above average on level 4, level 3, and level 2 and 1.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So actually, Mrs. Newell, if you don't mind, have you gathered your students over here? We can have a screen, that's okay, for a picture?
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you. Come on, guys.
If you don't mind, guys, we'll take a photo opportunity. That'd be fantastic. Families feel free. Folks, nice job. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mrs. Newell, for bringing them forward. That was great.
That was cool.
you want Erica to drop you off? Do you want to sit here for the rest of your life?
Well, no, there's a whole board meeting.
Yeah. It's a-
No, we do you guys first. Hi. Is it? All of it? That's it.
Was he walking home?
Erica's going to take you. Hey, it's the
Looking good. Okay. Moving along, 1.4, approval of minutes of our previous meetings. We've had 3, April 11th, April 16th, and May 13th. Somebody make a motion?
motion.
Second.
Questions or discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Aye. All those against? 1.5, acceptance of financial reports. We have 4. Internal Claims Auditor Report for April 2019, Monthly Treasurer's Report with budget transfers for March and April 2019, Quarterly Revenue Report as of March 31st, 2019, and Quarterly Extra Classroom Report as of March 31st, 2019. Need someone to make a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or discussion? No? Okay, all those in favor? Aye. All those against? 1.6, visitors and communications. Communications to the board, if I had any.
0.
No? Okay. 1.6B, opportunity for the public to be heard. Is anybody signed up?
There is not.
Okay, there'll be an opportunity later. 2.0, reports to the Board of Ed. Board of Ed reports and updates. I don't think I have any updates. I know the next planning board meeting is Monday,
Mhm.
which, depending on attending, I think you'll be there as well. Okay. If anybody else has anything? 2.2, district/superintendent program report. That's you, Dr. Reed.
Sure. Some pieces besides the building level, which I know Dr. Yost will cover. Again, since our last meeting, we've had, of course, some PTA events, our spring concert, which again, Mrs. Newell, thank you very much, Mr. Leroy. That went off last night fantastically. I think there was an hour and 7 minutes of fantastic, many performance groups. That was awesome. So again, obviously, if you had a chance to see that, I think everybody, for the most part, participated or had someone there that was representing, which was awesome. But also just want to kind of highlight, again, I apologize for my dress, but as you know, today is kind of field trip season, so we went to Sturbridge Village today for a 7th grade class. It was very productive, very nice. Kind of a nice new trip we did with 7th grade, which was fun. But also our big piece was our 8th grade trip to DC, which took place right before the April break. So as you know, we went from April 16th, 17th, 18th. I would like to say this was kind of a very different year for us. We kind of revised the agenda, and it really went off without a hitch. A great group of kids went, and I think it really made a very positive impression. Mrs. Boucher, who's one of our class advisors, was actually, well, again, was there as well. And again, just really made for a really great way to go into the April breaks. That kind of culminated our experience before the break, and that kind of brings us into budget season, which, as you know, next Tuesday is our vote, and I think we're in great shape for that. So,
Excellent. Thank you. Anybody have any questions? No? Okay. 2.3, principals report. Hi, Dr. Yotis.
Hi. As Dr. Reardon said, great Washington trip, very successful, so the kids had a blast, which is wonderful. New York State math assessments are finished. The whole school 3-8 did paper except 5th, which did the online testing, and very successful there. So state tests are done, so again, we explored with the online, all on the computer. The district handled it well, the students did, the infrastructure, everything was great. Math, 5th grade, just piloted because they were worried about some of the kids showing their work and drawing numbers with a mouse, but 5th grade had practiced and they did a great job with it. So we'd like to see more participation and really get us to where we need to be, where we're all doing this online and not fiddling with all the papers and all the losing papers and trying to track all of that. So the online was a great success. Science tests are next week for 4 and 8, and when we get back from break, they'll resume there too. K2 had Arts and Ed Star Lab, which was wonderful, well received. I did not go in. You had to get yourself through this like very narrow tube to get into the Star Lab, and I started having claustrophobia attack, but the kids loved it. They thought it was like a bounce house that opened up, and they had a great time with that last week, so that was key too. We had our last successful lockdown with the North Greenwich Police. Went again without a hitch. This was everything just was beautiful. The kids are out of sight like within seconds. It's just amazing. So we did our last lockdown for the season. We had a wonderful family night, bingo night with dance moves. Thank you to Builders Club led by Janine Mitchell, Paul Konipka. Did a great job with that. The kids had a lot of fun. We also had the Make Teachers Night. Another thank you to Paul. GD received a check for over $800.
Really?
Yeah, it's close. So.
Five?
Was it 5? Okay, 500 that we're splitting with PTA and SEPTA, so that was great, just for eating all those French fries. But the kids loved it, so that was great. And then again, just the concert, Mary Alice Newell, amazing job, and John Leroy, just a wonderful, wonderful evening, and many, many compliments as parents leave. And I always tell Mary Alice she should stand there and not me, because you should be there.
I did go in.
Not me. But they loved it, so that's it.
Excellent. Do we have any questions? No? Okay, good. Thank you, Dr. Yotis. 2.4, PTA/SCPTA update.
Can you do that?
Sure.
Okay. How was the teacher's lunch?
Oh,
Very good.
Sorry, we did not say that.
Don't
They
know. It's just
loved
right
it.
here.
Loved it. It's
Good.
wonderful, wonderful addition to Teacher Appreciation Week.
Awesome. And then PTA also held their elections, and their president remains Nicole Herbanek, vice president Paul Konipka, treasurer Megan Allen, and a new secretary, Jenny Brown. And let's see, they do have their Every Child Travel Safe Bike Rodeo coming up. I think that's probably their biggest event that's coming. And then Monday night, I don't really know what that is. Monday night's Digital Families Community Event, but it sounds good. Families come together to learn about online
Safe
interactions
internet
and
use,
safety.
yeah, cyberbullying,
So
that kind of
promote
stuff
that,
like that, yeah.
and then Every Child Travel Safe. And then for SCPTA, we had a meeting, and we were quite excited because we got some new members. We had over 30 members new members that were interested and registered with us, and it's from other districts. We're opening up to really collaborate with our surrounding districts. And so we now have a total of about 83 registered members. And we received 2 nominations that night for new board. The board's turning over, and so hopefully we'll get at least one more. Because you have to have a president, a treasurer, and a secretary to keep moving forward. We have 5 positions, but we can stay, of course, with just 3, and then we can appoint the other 2 later. So that's kind of where that stands. We are going to do a fundraiser. Michelle Marte donated 2 SpongeBob tickets to Proctor's in the fall. So yeah, her and Bella got the season, passes or whatever, but they can't make it to the SpongeBob one. So we're going to raffle them off for $1. For one chance $5 and 3 for $10, and see how that does. So we don't really do a lot of fundraising. And then we are also looking at planning a bus trip to the Bronx Zoo in August. So stay tuned.
Okay. Thank you very much for that update.
Sure.
3.0, appointments and authorizations. We have a short agenda here. I'm going to do 3.1 through 3.4 as a consent agenda. 3.1, approve CSE, CPSE recommendations as per attached. 3.2, appoint Gary Nickel as 6-month probationary bus driver, 4.25 hours a day at $17.39 an hour, effective April 29th, 2019. 3.3, appoint Samantha Schmidt as substitute teacher's aide, non-certified teacher at $80 per day. 3.4, appoint Carol Crescetti as substitute nurse at $95 per day. And 3.4. Somebody make a motion?
Motion. Second.
Questions? Want to talk about any of these items?
Sure. Just to clarify, 3.2 Gary Nickel, that is actually in anticipation of the extra route we'll need next year. So actually this person, as you know, drivers are quite hard to find at times. This person is actually available to start now. We actually will use him in a substitute capacity almost on a daily basis because of our need for subs. So basically he'll sub out the end of the year and then start a new route next year. So we want to grab him while he was available. So that's why you see that. And also, you notice the first readings, actually the only changes you'll basically notice are the addition of pre-K.
We haven't got
Oh, I'm sorry.
We stopped at
3.4, I'm sorry.
Yes.
We tracked that last.
You will love Carol Corsetti.
He said, go get her.
Okay. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? No?
Mrs. Castle?
Yes.
Mr. Lancy?
Yes.
Mrs. Mack?
Yes.
Mr. Strang?
Yes.
Okay. 3.5, first readings. We have two. Policy 5420, student health services, and regulation for 5420, student health services. They're just a first reading, so we don't need a motion. If you'd like to talk about them now.
Sure. Well, you brought it up. Thank you.
Sure.
Basically, the only changes you'll see basically are the addition of pre-K. So as you know, we're part of the policy review service. Again, now that we're done with our big review, we get the updates as NISBA makes them. So you notice the last update, I think for us was what, 17 on these, but we didn't have the pre-K at that point. So it reflects a pre-K through 8 building. So it's kind of a minor change, but still, this policy should reflect pre-K through 8 itself.
4.0, informational. Annual school board election and budget vote will be next Tuesday, May 21st, 2019, from noon to 9. And that is in the old music room? Down this one, right?
Yeah.
4.2, our next regular meeting will be June 13th, 2019, at 7 p.m. And 4.3, opportunity for the public to be heard. Anybody sign up?
Nobody has signed up.
No? Did you want to say?
Can I say something?
Sure, go ahead.
I forgot to sign up.
That's fine.
I'm sorry. I would just like to thank the board with the stage. What a huge addition, what excitement with the students. We've been through winter concerts, we've been through the spring concerts, and they're excited to be on the stage, and the sound that comes from it's amazing. I would also like to thank you because if you had a chance to go to the musical, that was a huge, huge undertaking, and to see some of our former students just beaming because they were on a stage and not on a gym floor was really amazing. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you. The students are really appreciating the opportunity to perform up there, and we're trying to utilize it as much as possible, and the musical was a success, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Anybody else? No? Okay. You have anything? You want to?
No,
No?
please.
Okay. 5.0, request for executive session. I don't think we have any at the moment. Do you have any?
Not good.
Okay. 7.0, adjournment. So you make a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.